tignan natin kung merong mga ano dito. May mga bago. Charlie Kirk debates. Ito pala eh. Tignan natin. Panoorin na. Natalo daw si Charlie Kirk dito.
The Palestine, well,
You've been talking a lot about Hamas and the evils of Hamas. Can I ask you, who's the main funder of Hamas?
well, the Palestine, well, the West actually funds Hamas.
Which state?
Well, Iran funds.
No.
and also-
Where are the Hamas leaders?
And also
Where are the Hamas
Qatar
leaders?
funds Hamas.
Yes.
It is a combination
So is
of
this a state we
international
should
relief
have a
organizations.
400 million jet with the President of the United States
Well,
on it?
hold on. First of all, it was not given to him personally. I understand the optics of it, but it was not given to personally. It was given to the U.S. government. And under that standard, no U.S. government should ever receive any gifts from any foreign countries whatsoever. Can you acknowledge, though, that President Trump is getting more done in a less period of time than any president we've seen, while our prior president did not even know what year he got elected? Do you understand the contrast here?
What aboutism again? I'm not a defender of Biden.
I'm not saying President Trump is far better
You
than
have
the
to
predecessor.
defend the person you spent millions to elect.
I will defend every day of someone who ends an invasion.
That's all you do, isn't it?
brings down the price of oil, who is revitalizing the American economy, who's brokering peace, who stopped the potential nuclear war, who is bringing Iran to the table.
So ang pino-point out niya is hindi ko alam kung pro Hamas or pro pro Israel tong kalaban, hindi ko pa sure. Pero ano siya? Sinasabi niya na ang nagfa-fund sa Hamas ay mga Qatari, mga tao kasi nandun sa Qatar dati, doon nagtatago yung mga leader ng Hamas. Nasa Qatar sila and they were under the protection of Qatari royalty. Okay? And recently, Qatar has doon sa visit ni Donald Trump sa Middle East, nag-stop siya sa Qatar. Tapos, long story short, nag-donate ang Qatar sa US Air Force ng isang jet na pwedeng gamitin as Air Force One, yung parang official jet ng presidente ng United States. Okay? And yung mga critics ni Donald Trump, ang sinasabi nila, personal daw na binigay yon kay Donald Trump and not sa state ng United States. Hindi sa gobyerno ng United States, hindi sa Air Force. Personal gift daw yon. So, ang sinasabi nila, bribe yon kay Donald Trump noong mga tawag doon, noong mga Qatari. Okay? So, since yun ang premise ng tanong niya. So, basically, allies ng US yung nagpa-fund sa Hamas. Yung Hamas, yun yung terrorist group na basically namamahala sa hawak nila yung Gaza Strip. Sila yung mga lumalaban sa Israel. Okay. Tuloy natin.
And bringing Russia to the table, someone who does not want armed conflicts with the greatest powers of our time, I will defend that endlessly. What are you
living in a
defending?
fantasy world of your own creation. So it's quite hard
You
to
can say
engage
that,
with.
but then disprove
But
it.
let's check on how Trump is doing in terms of diplomacy. Look, with the war in the Middle East, do you think it was a defensible decision to tell the Israelis you wanted Trump Gaza, to agree for Israel to invade the Gaza Strip, and to continue to murder thousands of innocent children and civilians in a pointless war? So it's quite hard
You
to
can say
engage
that,
with.
but then disprove
But
it.
let's check on how Trump is doing in terms of diplomacy. Look, with the war in the Middle East, do you think it was a defensible decision to tell the Israelis you wanted Trump Gaza, to agree for Israel to invade the Gaza Strip, and to continue to murder thousands of innocent children and civilians in a pointless war?
In the conflict of Israel versus Hamas, who's the good guy?
I believe
Okay.
both Hamas and the Israeli government are evil, but I think also that there is no justification.
Are they equally?
There is no justification for the murder and mutilation of thousands of innocent people and children.
let's-
It's a futile.
Actually, tama naman yun.
There is no justification, Mr. Kirk, for invading hospitals, bombing innocent populations and dragging out a war which is damaging Israel and the West's security.
You've made that point, but
Well, it's not a point, it's a moral truth, isn't
okay,
it?
yeah. It was also a moral truth that the war started because 1,300 Jews were killed and 200 were taken hostage. And when you declare war on Israel, expect a firestorm in reaction. Let me finish, I let you talk. Israel, at its holiest day of the calendar year besides Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, Samat Torah, the 50-year anniversary of the Six-Day War. On Shabbat, Hamas invaded Israel, deciding to go recklessly to music concerts, to homes, to kibbutzes, and taking 200 plus hostages. They knew what they were doing. In one of the most cloistered urban environments on the planet, 2 million people live in a place where it's impossible to wage war. Impossible. They wear civilian clothing, they violate every tenet of the Geneva Convention, and the IDF, when they do something right, they get no credit. When they do life-saving surgeries of a Gazan child, they get no credit. When they drop leaflets, they get no credit. But when they happen to bomb a place where they are operating their military from, which we now know from third-party verified sources, hundreds of Hamas military operations are in mosques, schools, and hospitals. I'm sorry, the country where they were living in relative peace on October 6th, that all of a sudden we had a war and Hamas started the war. And I don't see people that were really upset about the 2 million Germans that were killed in World War II, civilians. A tragic truth of war is that civilians die. I don't like it and you don't like it. And they brought it upon themselves. The only operation and entity to blame is the leadership of Hamas, not the Israeli government, for fighting this defensive war after they were invaded.
Actually, I agree with that too. Kasi hindi naman talaga mag-escalate yung laban, yung giyera na yan kung hindi nangyari yung October 7th. And I think ganito kasi ang nagiging framing niyan usually let's start with Israel first. Ito personal ko lang personal thing ko lang, personal belief. Yung I think malabo na magkaroon ng total peace within Hamas and Israel. Kumbaga, sabi ko nga dun sa mga unang live streams namin, kasama pa naman yata sina Nico David at saka si Fiscal EJ nun tsaka si Garawi. Sabi ko dyan, ang mangyayari na lang dyan para matapos talaga, I don't think there would be absolute peace between those two. I think wala na yon kasi masyado na silang ideologically and theologically different, and masyado nang malalim yung mga sugat na iniwan nila sa isa't isa. Unfortunately, I'm not pro-war in any sense or form. Pero war is a reality of our species. 'Di ba? Nagigiyera talaga ever since time immemorial, nagigiyera talaga sa mundo. And I think this conflict, just because nandito na tayo sa era ng mga iPhones and internet and satellites and space travel, I don't think mawawala yung tawag dito, yung tendency to go to war sa species ng mga tao. Just because naging modernized tayo, we will just modernize our wars as well. So, the only way for it to end totally is for one of those sides to completely destroy the other. Unfortunately, yun lang ang naiisip ko talaga. Either Hamas destroys Israel or Israel destroys Hamas. And right now, wala akong makakampihan sa kanila dahil pareha silang gumagawa ng atrocious offenses to each other. Ang pinapalabas lang kasi nung iba, lalo na dun sa mga nagrarally na pro Hamas, is parang napakawalang parang walang sala yung Hamas, as if they were not aggressors in any way. Yung nangyari nung October 7th, 2023, it was a massacre, and kung wala lang gobyerno na matino ang Israel, they will continue doing that every single day until naubos na ang lahat ng mga lahat ng mga Jews sa Israel. That's just the reality. Kumbaga, they are really genocidal against the Jews. The genocidal tendencies exists on both sides. 'Di ba? Feeling ko kasi yung Israel kasi, feeling ko ano sila eh, nandun na rin sila sa point na yon kasi fed up na rin sila. Pero or at least may mga iba sa gobyerno nila na talagang kung pwede lang talaga puksain na talaga yung Hamas. Pero if they do that, they will lose favor from America and the West. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi yun ang nagbibigay ng mga armas nila eh. And the West, eto sa akin lang, personal analysis ko na lang to, no? The West helps Israel because Israel is the only state in the Middle East na democratic, 'di ba? Hindi sila katulad nung iba na theocracy ang namamayagpag sa Saudi, sa Iran, sa Iraq, 'di ba? Sa Palestine, sa Jordan at kung saan-saan pa, sa Libya, sa tawag doon, sa Lebanon, mga theocratic states 'yan eh. And the only bastion of of uh, of democracy in the Middle East is Israel. Kaya nandoon yung tulong, kaya sila tinutulungan ng West. Because ideologically, yun lang ang naka-align sa kanila. Pero ano siya, di ko alam kasi puntahan natin yung mapa ulit. Okay? Puntahan natin yung Google Earth. Google Earth. Balikan natin ang Google Earth. Tingnan natin kung ano yung, just to illustrate. Ito, yan. Ito ang Israel. Ayan, yan ang Israel. Maliit lang yung Israel. Maganda sana. Wala kasi yung mapa lang eh. Teka, punta tayo. Israel versus Middle East. Wala yung mapa eh. Teka. Ito yung Israel. Maliit lang siya. Ayun no. Gaza, Israel. Pero ang kalaban niya, lahat yan. Nandiyan. Dati yung Saudi nga, kaaway pa nila yan eh. 'Di ba? So, the point is, nag-iisa lang talaga yung Israel. And kung wala yung tulong ng Amerika, matagal na silang napulbos. Okay, so kung iyan yung Israel, yan yung mga yan more or less na doon sa top to bottom, yun ng Israel eh. Pero yung kalaban niya, mula dito, hanggang dito, sa Libya, kaaway ng Israel lahat yan, pati dito sa taas. So without the help of the West, Israel would have been long gone. And tingin ko, kung hindi lang kailangan ng Israel ang West, feeling ko, itong si Netanyahu kasi wala rin akong tiwala dyan kay Netanyahu eh. Malamang baka ginamit na nila yung nuclear bombs nila. I don't know. That's kasi ano eh, kita mo yung mga bomba nila pag binobomba sila ng Hamas. Imagine dito sa Pilipinas. Dito sa Pilipinas ha, dito sa Metro Manila. Tingnan natin tong Iron Dome in action. Parang Rafi Tulfo Oh. Ito, Iron Dome imagine, yan mga bomba yan. Mga bomba yan. Mga missiles yan galing doon sa Gaza or sa West Bank. Rockets from Gaza. 'Di ba? Mga ano yan. Tapos yung Iron Dome, yun yung mga missile systems ng Israel that intercepts those missiles from Gaza para hindi tumama dun sa mga building sa baba. Imagine, Metro Manila. Kasi ang buong Israel mga kasing laki ng Luzon, more or less. Tanggalin mo yung Bicol siguro. More or less kasing laki ng Luzon. Luzon Island. Baka malaki lang ng konti ang Luzon. Pero yun yung buong size ng Israel. Yung Gaza would be siguro makakasing size ng Metro Manila. So maliit lang, 'di ba? Maliit lang yung Gaza compared dun sa Israel. Pero mayat-maya, hindi man mayat-maya, every other year, parang Gaza would send hundreds of rockets flying over Israel cities. Sa Jerusalem, sa Tel Aviv, kung saan-saan. 'Di ba? And kung wala tong Iron Dome na to, can you imagine 200, 300 rockets bombing you? 'Di ba? Kung dito sa, let's say, dito sa Metro Manila, binobomba tayo ng, let's say, not even not even China kasi malayo yung China eh. So let's say Metro Manila yung Israel. Let's say binobomba tayo ng ano ba? Binyan. baka nga malaki pa yung Binyan sa Gaza eh, 'di ba? O sabihin natin yung isang bayan sa Cavite, Bacoor, 'di ba? galit sa Metro Manila yung Bacoor. Maya't maya ginaganyan tayo, 'di ba? So, paano mo nga naman yun, 'di ba? If this is not proof that that Hamas is genocidal against Israelis, then I don't know kung I don't know how you can deny it. 'Di ba? Maya't maya papaliguan ka ng ng mga rockets. And kung wala kang Iron Dome na panangga, can you imagine seeing that in the night sky dito sa Metro Manila? Yun ang di naiisip ng mga nagde-defend sa sa Hamas. So, nagkataon ngayon since napuno na yung Israel, especially after October 7. Balikan natin yung mga nangyari sa October 7 ha. Sana meron pa sa October 7 attacks. Balikan natin kung ano yung ginawa. Eto. IDF shows raw foot.
It's 19 days since the worst terror attack in Israeli history. Its leaders are trying to frame the stakes. Today,
di ko alam kung baka maban tayo dito. Teka, pero actually nung bago to, meron talagang mga yung nila-live stream kasi nung mga Hamas, yung yung kanilang atake sa Israel talaga. Naka-live stream. So madami pang madami pang yung iba yata pinagtatanggal na eh. Teka, Israel screens raw. Eto, tingnan natin to. Ayan Imaginein mo, pinapaliparan ko ng mga rockets every other year, every time na makakakolekta sila makakagawa sila ng enough rockets na pwede nilang paliparin, Tapos bigla kang aatakihin ng ganyan. Actually, hindi pinapakita dito yung mga patayan mismo eh. Pero nung mga bago pa lang yung event, ang daming ang dami talagang pinakita talaga yung mga tinatamaan ng bala, tapos minu-mutilate yung mga namatay. Hindi yan yun eh. Wala, hindi ko na makita. Ito yung mga Hamas na teka, hindi ko alam kung ito yung mga Hamas eh. Malabo na kasi. Pero literally nagbahay-bahay sila. Tapos pinagpapatay nila yung mga tao doon. Binaril yung grabe. It's how can you live like that kung meron kang kapitbahay na ganun? Yun yung dilemma dito, 'di ba? Alam mo yung kapitbahay mo, gusto kang patayin. Gusto ka talagang patayin ng kapitbahay mo. So ano gagawin mo? Hihintayin mo na lang na yun yung yun yung sinasabi na parang uh, yung iba are even questioning if Israel should defend themselves, 'di ba? Anong gagawin mo nga? Papatayin ka ng kapitbahay mo eh. Hinahagisan ka ng granada. Alam mo yun, yung sa bahay nyo. Anong gagawin mo doon? So, the hate between those two peoples are so deeply etched in their culture. Kasi may mga Hamas. Teka, meron akong shinare dun sa sa r/comics man. Teka. Di yan. Oh, may mga nag-share pala eh. Teka. Ito, may nag-share na sa mag-share din kayo. Ann Curtis, okay ito ah. Teka, nasan ba yun? Diyan. Ito, Palestinian kids. Woe to my enemy. We ignited the Intifada with stone and a knife. These are young girls, 'di ba? Gesturing, father challenge accepted. Where are the Zionists? And the soldier. Who in the world can overcome me? 'Di ba? Well, but then who can blame them kasi they're at war. 'Di ba? They're at war. Pero ang point dito, naka-embed sa kultura nila na nasa giyera sila with Israel. I'm not blaming them kasi nakikita nila ginigiyera sila eh. 'Di ba? At the same time, nakikita nila yung mga pambobomba rin ng Israel sa Gaza. 'Di ba? Ang punto ko lang kaya ako pinapakita dito. The wounds are so deep, even their kids are already yung idea ng nasa giyera sila with this neighbor is already instilled while they're young. 'Di ba? So unfortunately I have no solution except them. Siguro napakatindi ng makakapag-broker ng peace deal sa dalawang 'yan. As in yung talagang maglalast ng decades and would cause economic tawag dito prosperity sa Gaza kasi mayaman na ang Israel eh, pero yung Gaza is war torn right now, and right now wala silang asa sila sa tulong ng Iran at saka sa ibang countries sa Middle East. Pero kung let's say yung magiging parang Singapore ang Gaza Strip, or magiging parang Dubai, ganon. If somebody can broker a deal that would result to that, then that person is gonna be hailed as a hero of humanity, considering this kind of this level ng ng hate between those two peoples. So yun lang naman. So teka, tingnan natin. Nakalimutan ko na yung debate ni Charlie Kirk. Dito na lang natin puntahan. Ay, salamat dun sa sino yung nag-post dito. Si Zane ba yun? We have peace right now because we have wars, ironically. Well, totoo naman. Wala pa yung Palestinian math book. Google nyo. Diyan na din kasi namulat sa giyera. Yun lang nakikita nila ng mga bata. Exactly. So, pag lumaki tong mga batang to, what do you expect? 'Di ba? And I'm not blaming them kasi nakikita nila pinapatay yung mga yung mga parents nila, yung mga kamag-anak nila, kapitbahay nila. Bata yan 'di ba? Sabihin na natin na kasi yung Hamas kasi is a really violent organization. They are very authoritarian, 'di ba? Some of yun nga mga yung mga progressives nga na iba ni hindi nga ma-admit yun. Yun ang isang problema. They fail to admit the barbarity of Hamas. 'Di ba? Meron yung mga Queers for Palestine. Alam ko may mga sinira ko dito. Yung mga Hamas ang parusa nila sa mga bakla, itinatapon nila sa dun sa mula sa taas ng building. 'Di ba? Hamas kasi ganoon sila. Nasa paniniwala nila 'yun. Hindi ko alam kung 'yun ang paniniwala nila sa religion, pero ginagawa nila 'yun. Tapos yung mga Queers for Palestine, 'di ba? If they go there tapos mag-rally sila, ewan ko kung ano gagawin sa kanilang Hamas. It's just the truth. 'Di ba? So, hindi nila alam, they have no idea what they're saying. That's what yun ang punto ko. Yung mga progressives na pinagtatanggol yung Hamas, they don't know what they're saying. It's one thing to root for Palestinians, pero yung Hamas is different from the Palestinians. Kasi yung Hamas yun yung ruling party sa Palestine, sa Gaza. Ang ginawa ng Hamas, yung mga kasi binigyan sila ng binigyan sila ng Israel ng mga tubo para ayusin yung mga pipes nila para magkaroon sila ng tubig. Ang ginawa ng mga Hamas, yung mga tubo ginawa nilang rockets. Di ba? Kasi tubo ginawa nilang improvised rockets. 'Di ba? Sa halip na magamit nila para matulungan yung mga mamamayan nila doon, gumawa sila ng bomba tapos pinalipad nila papuntang Israel. 'Di ba? Tapos sa halip na yung mga gumawa sa halip na i-rebuild nila yung city nila, gumawa sila ng mga tunnels para doon sila magtatago. So, how do you justify that? They really want to wage war. Ayaw din nila ng two-state solution. Kasi naniniwala kasi sila na kanila yung lupain ng Israel. Naniniwala kasi sila doon. And wala na akong pakialam doon. Diba, kung paniniwala nila lang namang makipagtalo ako. Diba? Mga Israel, paniniwala din nila. Sila yung may karapatan doon. Labas na ako doon. So, yun yung mga diyan. Yun yung mga gray areas. There's no such thing as masama ang Israel, 'di ba? There's no such thing as masama yung Palestinians. But they are ang problema lang kasi dun sa Gaza, they are really ruled by Hamas na napaka vicious at yung yung interpretation nila sa mga turo ng mga Muslim is very radical. Hindi ko alam kung ano pa kung ano pa yung mga iniisip nila to justify it. But as far as I know, that's dun sa mga actions na ginagawa nila, yun ang problema. Nandiyan din sila namulat. Okay. Si De Lima pre-liberal. Paano? Liberal, tingin ko di progressive si De Lima eh. Mas classical liberal pa yon. Si pangalan ito, si Hontiveros, yun ang progressive. Tingnan natin, tuloy natin to.
When you declare war on Israel, expect a firestorm in reaction. Let me finish, I let you talk.
Okay.
In clothing, they violate every tenet of the Geneva Convention, and the IDF, when they do something right, they get no credit. When they do life-saving surgeries of a Gazan child, they get no credit. When they drive
Actually,
leaflets,
totoo naman yan.
they get
Kasi,
no credit. But when they happen,
kasi itong thing sa, 'di ba, sinabi ko yung mga Hamas, may mga Palestinians na nagpo-protest na sa mga Hamas. Ang ginawa ng Hamas doon, pinaghuhuli nila yung mga leaders. Malamang pinatay na nila yung iba doon at saka tinorture. Kasi they're not gonna tolerate dissent. 'Di ba? So Hamas is being ruled by Palestinian is being ruled by a group na meron talagang na authoritarian with an iron fist. Pero sa Israel, yun nga lang, mas malakas lang talagang army ng Israel eh. Ganun talaga eh. Kasi backed up sila ng West. Pero sa Israel, pwedeng namumuhay doon yung mga may mga Muslim doon. 'Di ba sabi nga ni Ka Rashid, yung mga holy sites ng mga Muslim nandun eh. Tapos yung meron daw key ng Holy Sepulchre, parang gano'n, hawak ng Muslim. Nandun sila sa, I presume, Jerusalem. 'Di ba? So pwede yung mga Muslim doon. Pero yung mga Jews, yung Hamas will not tolerate any Jews in Gaza. That's the difference. I'm not saying walang atrocities na ginagawa yung IDF. Yung IDF, yun yung militar ng ng Israel. 'Di ba? Pero ideologically, they are very, very different. At kung ikaw, kung Pilipino ka, tapos Kristiyano ka, mamimili ka kung saan ka dadalhin sa Palestine o sa Israel, you will never want to choose to live in Palestine. Lalo na kung puti ka. Kasi they're gonna be hostile to you probably. Lalo na kung LGBT ka.
to bomb a place where they are operating their military from, which we now know from third-party verified sources, hundreds of Hamas military operations are in mosques, schools, and hospitals. I'm sorry,
Yun,
the
yung
country where they were living in.
Yung mga underground tunnels na ginawa nila, pinosesyon nila dun sa mga school, sa mga hospital, 'di ba? And every time, at least ito yung sinasabi ng mga katulad ni Charlie Kirk. Wala naman ako doon, 'di ba? So hindi ko malalaman 'yan for 100% sure. Pero pinoposition nila yung mga military installations ng Hamas under these civilian structures para pag inatake sila ng Israel, makikita nila sasabihin nila binomba ng Israel yung hospital. 'di ba? Tapos papakita nila yung mga nadamay, 'yun. So, basically ang kine-claim ng Israel, propaganda 'yon, 'di ba? Siyempre wala tayo dun sa ground para i-verify 'yon, pero 'yun ang sinasabi nila at 'yun ang inuulit ni Charlie Kirk. Okay, pero it's not really, hindi ano 'yun, hindi naman, parang hindi hindi siya hindi ka panipaniwala. Puwede naman talagang gawin 'yun, 'di ba?
Relative peace on October 6th, that all of a sudden we had a war and Hamas started the war. And I don't see people that were really upset about the 2 million Germans that were killed in World War II, civilians. A tragic truth of war is that civilians die. I don't like it and you don't like it. And they brought it upon themselves. The only operation and entity to blame is the leadership of Hamas, not the Israeli government, for fighting this defensive war after they were invaded.
Oh, actually more on ano, I agree more on yung mga sinabi ni Charlie Kirk, based dun yun sa mga sinabi ko kanina explaining the the situation in Gaza and Israel.
No defender of the terrible pogrom that was launched against Jews on that day. But the justification for the death of innocents cannot be an infinite cycle of bloodlust. It cannot.
Tama rin naman, 'di ba? It cannot be an infinite cycle of bloodlust. But the ideological difference nga is so vast. Alam mo yun, ano na ako eh. Alam mo yun, I don't know, pero wala akong maiisip na paraan para matigil to.
Killing tens of thousands of innocent civilians with a war with no end in sight, people who are not complicit in those atrocities. It cannot be bombing hospitals which children use. It cannot be bombing hospitals in which cancer patients are dying and starving in there. The deaths that have been inflicted, nobody knows the true toll, but somewhere between 50 and 100,000 people lie dead under the rubble. And what is left for Gaza except for to continue to suffer under Hamas? Because it turns out Netanyahu's political strategy has not worked. It has entrenched Hamas within the territories.
So ang pinapalabas niya, gusto ni Netanyahu na magstay doon ng Hamas. Okay, kasi mukhang hindi naman siya pro-Hamas eh, itong lalaking ka-debate ni Charlie Kirk.
Christian, I would have thought, Mr. Kirk, would never have involved suggesting that the price for an atrocity must be an infinite cycle of bloodlust, that innocent people and the young population must be killed to avenge some kind of providential quest. How can you call yourself a Christian? Well, you just did.
I want to make sure we get our moral clarity straight before we proceed. No one likes what's happening in Gaza. No one with a heart or a soul or a mind likes when kids die. But you
Tama.
must understand who started the conflict so that you could end it correctly. And until Hamas brokers an unconditional surrender, of which they are unwilling to do, they could release the hostages and drop their weapons and their lives would be spared. Instead, they are children of Gaza as cannon fodder, financed by the Iranian mullahs.
Yun yung in-explain ko kanina. Nagtatago kasi sila doon sa mga sa ilalim ng mga hospital. So pag tinamaan yung hospital, inaano nila, parang yun yung pinapakita na, kita mo, pinatay ng mga Israeli to. Ganun.
Dragging the entire world into this conflict. So how should Israel have responded?
Yan, tanongin na, yun ang tanong. Teka. Zayn, pro-Palestine. Naku, kanina ko pa pinag-uusapan, i-rewind mo na lang. Hindi ako wala akong mapipili dito kasi I see wrongs in both sides and I am in no position to tell them what to do. 'Di ba? Kasi napakalalim na noong hidwaan nila. Okay, tuloy natin to.
Not with the blanket carpet bombing of a city, not with bombing hospitals. Of course, some kind of military operation might have been necessary, but not murder on this scale.
But there is a good God.
Yun na, medyo, tama naman yung sinabi niya, pero it is disconnected to the realities. Napaka-idealistic nung sinasabi niya eh. 'Di ba? Idealism sometimes doesn't go with the reality. Yun ang problema doon. The reality is may mga tactics na ginagawa yung Hamas that makes it very hard for the IDF to battle them directly na hindi madadama yung mga civilian. Okay?
And there is a bad guy. I honestly,
Isn't that the morality of a child?
well, hold on. So can you tell me what African country is currently ongoing a civil war?
Believe it or not, I know about Sudan because
Okay,
I'm
good.
not an idiot.
How about what Southeast Asian country has an ethnic cleansing going on right now?
Myanmar.
Good. And you have strong opinions on both sides?
Unlike you, I take an effort to be informed about
Sa
foreign
Sudan,
policy and to come to
Sa Sudan, ang tagal na ng mga civil wars doon. Sa Myanmar, meron silang mga pinapatay na nalimutan ko yung tribo doon eh.
conclusions. You are a culture warrior. I believe when everything is done, Mr. Kirk, people will see you and the people you supported as corrupt, as selling the country out to the lowest bidder, and of doing irreparable damage to a country I'm sure we all deep down love.
The difference-
I think you will have to reckon with that one,
Difference
Mr. Kirk.
is when
Tinapos eh. hindi na pinakinggan ko ano yung sagot ni Charlie Kirk. Like I said, parehas may punto yon, pero the guy, this dude, ano siya eh, hindi siya yung madali lang kasing sabihin na huwag, ganito dapat ang gawin mo. But the realities on the ground are very different. 'Di ba? Mahirap talaga. Hindi lang basta power, hindi lang military might ang kasali dito eh. Hindi lang yung kanilang leadership, 'di ba? Madami pang mga factors, and people don't play fair in war. They just don't. So, yun. There's that. And again, I have no solution to to Israel-Palestine war. Alam mo yun, far more influential and smarter people have tried na nandun mismo and they failed. So it's just to me, it's just something that history will decide upon. Okay? You can have strong opinions about it, but in reality, it's just opinions na malamang you don't really know what you're talking about. Same thing as me, 'di ba? Kasi wala ka dun eh. And also, actually, kaya medyo agree din ako dun sa sinasabi ni ni Douglas Murray, na parang hindi ka pa naman nakakapunta dun eh. Parang gano'n. May opinion ka pero hindi ka naman nakapunta, 'di ba? In a way, pero of course you can still talk about it. I'm not gonna tell you to stop talking about it, whether you're pro Hamas or pro Israel or pro Palestine, what do you kung anong pro ka, 'di ba? Yeah, doon ako hindi agree doon sa sinasabi ni Douglas Murray. Kasi nagkaroon sila ng debate sila ni Joe Rogan at saka ni Dave Smith. Pero yun. Kumbaga parang ang dami, may mga gine-guest kasi si Joe Rogan na mga who talks about Israel and Palestine, and ano siya. Parang sabi ni Douglas Murray, pinapabayaan mo mga yan. Salita sila ng salita pero hindi naman based sa facts. Parang ganun. Anyway, it's a different discussion. Pero this is a good debate. Okay naman to. I just think this guy is too idealistic in his stance, and medyo disconnected siya sa reality.